And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test his secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
First play, and Hurts looking to throw it. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The numbers for Sanders last week, 21 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, coming into the game, the defense knew they had to provide an excellent pass rush, but not provide any gaps because he's really strong with his legs. How about that confidence booster there on the first defensive drive of the game? They know they can get to him now.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Smith. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Throwing is Hurts. And it's knocked away and incomplete. fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
Throwing on third down, Smith. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
On first and 10, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Throwing again on second and 10. Hurts dancing to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, third and long. Now back to throw. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Jake Camarda now. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right? When these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They'll roll him out right. And this is incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. Here's Jones. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. The Packers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 118 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Oh, look at the juke. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now Smith. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 2nd and 10, Smith again. Pass caught, it's Romeo Doubs. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a gain of a yard. And the Packers are going to have a 1st down.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Smith on 1st down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They want to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit in the 1st quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
Now Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal. Smith. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. That was quite the call down around the goal line on 4th and goal.
Yeah, they fake the run, pull it out, throw it, and as a defense, I've been in that spot before, and we see it all the time. You almost have to overcommit against the run. You have to almost sell out and say, they're going to run it, go make a play. They got fooled on that one.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Hurts sets up to throw it. Forced out to his left. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Hurts. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Escaping and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Rashawn Gary, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's taken it around the 40. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Green Bay returning on offense, led by running back Aaron Jones. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And he comes back with one complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now Sterling Hoffrichter set to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. From the 29, Hurts. The Sanders has got it complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when as an inside linebacker, you're always taught, don't let someone cross your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay. But they make that outside fake, cut back inside, off into great success.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, 56 yards. And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays, here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw, and that was a long touchdown on the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Packers offense set to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Smith. Over the middle, it's complete. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down. Smith throwing again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. On 2nd and 9, Smith setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. These two teams all tied after 1. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now Geno. Too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Here's Hurts to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Packers get set to go. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Second down, another shot for Jones. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The offense on third down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. Geno now to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And here's Hofrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. From the 41, Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Buying time to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Smith. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they? They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down. And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this time. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time. And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing now is Geno. He sets up the screen to Jones. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. Here's Smith. He'll find Jones again, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. An option handoff given to Sanders. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And here's Jones again on 2nd down. Shifts by at the 15. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. They'll try the air now with Smith. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. To throw is Smith. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's got him in. Complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Got a man, that's Lazard. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Smith. And that is, I think he caught it. Matt LaFleur loudly voicing his objections to that previous call, and he's going to throw out the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So Matt LaFleur had it right, and he'll wind up winning that challenge. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Play action. Here's Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 39. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. Man open left side is Brown. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Hurts. Being chased out left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to have it here just past the 25. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming out, and that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, Wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Here's Smith. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Hurts. Connected quickly with Goddard. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack, trying to get away, but could not. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Oh, he shifts past him. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. But first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. Good games galore in that Sunday lineup. We'll highlight the one going on in Atlanta. A big one for the Falcons as they get set to play host to the Chicago Bears. Later in the afternoon, one of the games to spotlight will be at Ford Field in Detroit, where it'll be the Lions out on the West Coast. More good stuff in the late afternoon as we'll be watching the game at SoFi Stadium. Well, it will be the Chargers. And one final game to highlight. It's Sunday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the Minnesota Vikings and the Cincinnati Bengals. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Packers now to take over. They were winners last week, defeating the New York Giants. They lead this one as well right now as they come up 1st and 10. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Second down, another shot for Jones. He takes this for 3 to the 29. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Hurts to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. It's a second down run with Sanders. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. They'll try and run forward with Sanders. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Another run with Sanders. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Cade York on now for the field goal. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. York able to send this one through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here First and 10 as this new drive starts. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Smith. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Throwing now is Geno. Completed out left to Dobbs. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
On now is the Packers punter, as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here, as this is toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. He'll look to throw. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Pulled in at the 24. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packers ready to take over offensively. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. That's complete, right side to Lazard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. Sanders toss left side. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man, complete. A big play there for Philly. 42 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. From the 38, Hurts. And incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but something like this is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing to trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. 1st down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Kaiser White. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 33. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Sanders. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Rashawn Gary bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback